Egyptian police have continued to clash with protesters after breaking up a sit-in at Cairo's Tahrir Square earlier. 81 people are reportedly injured. Crowds had originally gathered to commemorate those killed in the country's uprising this year. It follows rallies by tens of thousands of people on Friday who have marched against Egypt's ruling military council. That comes just days ahead of the country's crucial elections. Well, Shireen Tadros is in Cairo for us. Shireen, you were saying earlier that people were coming to join the protesters that hadn't actually been in the square earlier. Are these clashes now starting to escalate?
Yes, according to activists that I spoke to just minutes ago, that's exactly what's happening. Inside Tahrir Square itself, the actual square seems to be calm. According to state television, they're saying that the police have got the situation under control. But what's happened and what state television isn't reporting is that these clashes have spread to the streets and side roads coming out of Tahrir Square. And that is where all the main clashes are happening right now. This activist telling me that there are thousands of protesters right now in that area of downtown, clashing with hundreds of police. And the area is just actually over my left shoulder, just between the two buildings that you can see behind me over that bridge. And we've been seeing over the course of the last hour continuous tear gas being fired by the police into the air, and also hearing what we can assume to be live ammunition being fired into the air. That's also what's being reported by activists. So a very, very tense situation right now. These clashes have been ongoing for more than 6 hours now, but they seem to be climaxing at the moment.
And is this a one-night wonder, do you think? Do people think this could escalate? Is it a threat to the elections coming up in just a few days' time?
Well, what I can tell you is that this has been rising frustration very much directed at the police, and that is what is so dangerous right now. Over the course of the last 9 months since the step down of the former president Hosni Mubarak, there has been this rising animosity towards the police. But in the last few weeks, certainly as campaigning has come underway, we didn't see a lot of clashes between the police and protesters. A lot of the anger was directed more politically, more at the military and their actions. So what we're seeing right now is a flare-up of this kind of violence that we've seen in the past towards the police, and that is why they are shutting off the roads in and around the Interior Ministry building, because they know that this is what is coming. Protesters moving towards the different buildings in the country and in the city, really, that have police and state security inside of them. This is the same police and the state security, don't forget, that will be monitoring or at least protecting these elections, standing outside the polling stations. So of course it really isn't a very good sign for things to come. These elections now just over a week away.
Shireen, thank you. Shireen Tadros there in Cairo.